Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to can your own homemade canned carrots. This is a great beginner's canning project. It's so easy and fun, one of my favorite things to can. And this is, again, a huge money saver. As always, I will break down the cost to show you how much money you are saving by canning things at home, despite the fact that you know what is in your food. And as always, I will give you both the Heritage water bath canning method and the preferred pressure canning times in order to pressure can or water bath your own homemade canned carrots. Alright guys, here we are and we are about to can some homemade canned carrots, but before I show you how to do it, let's go ahead and break down the expenses so that we can see that it is cost effective to can at home. Even if you have to buy the products in the store. So these run about $1.50 for the average store-bought can, which is 15 ounces. You can easily fit 2 of those into a quart jar. Actually, you can fit a little more, but we'll just round it about to make it easy. I bought 2 5-pound bags, which were $4 a bag, which comes out to $8 in total. Both of those 5-pound bags, which is 10 pounds of carrots, will make 10 quarts of canned carrots. Since we can fit 2 cans per quart, that comes to, if we bought it in the store, $3 worth of canned carrots per quart jar. So for $8 of carrots that we bought, we canned the equivalent of $30 worth of carrots had we bought them already canned in the store. Of course, canning yourself at home, we all know, just the fact that you know what's in your food, it's not full of preservatives, it's clean, you're using the best products and not scraps that are blighted and just, the throwaway stuff that they couldn't sell on the supermarket shelf, so they stuffed it in a can and charged you more for it. You know what you're getting when you're canning, and really that's the ultimate reason to do it. But it is great when we break it down and realize how much of a savings we're actually getting for a much better product. So let me show you how easy this is so you can go ahead and start canning your own carrots. Now, of course, the best way to save money by doing this is going to be to grow your own carrots. But I want to give you a comparison for those who don't have their own garden or it's not that time of year to show you that you still can save a lot of money by home canning the carrots, even if you're buying them in the store. And it's still better because you know exactly what's in them because you're starting with clean, fresh ingredients. So we're going to start with this 5-pound bag of carrots, which cost me $4, and see the price comparison that we can get when we can it ourselves, and to show you just how easy this is. Alright, so the first thing we're going to want to do is cut up our carrots. Now there's 2 things you can do for this. If you are Heritage water bath canning, for my people all over the world that is their only method, it is best to peel your carrots because they have all these little creases and it's just an extra layer of protection for you to go ahead and take that outer layer off where any pathogens might be trying to hide. So people typically, because it's a root vegetable, will always peel it when you are Heritage canning. If you are preferred method pressure canning, you don't have to peel them because the temperatures are going to get high enough to kill absolutely anything that could possibly be there. That's the whole point in the pressure canner. However, a lot of people still do peel them because most of the nutrients and vitamins and minerals that give the carrot the flavor, well, not most, but a larger concentration are in the peelings, which means that if you leave the peelings, it will have a stronger carrot flavor. For stews and soups, that's really not an issue, but for some people, if they're using it as a light side dish with butter and sugar or something like that, they don't like the strong carrot flavor, so they would want to peel it. I personally, if I'm pressure canning, I don't peel them. I don't mind the carrot flavor. That's why I'm eating a carrot, and I like the extra nutrients. But that is your prerogative. If you want it to have a milder flavor, you can peel it. If it's pressure canned, you don't have to peel it. If it's water bath, you really should peel it because it's just going to make it all that more safe when you can it. But regardless, cut it up however you want it, in little chunks. I'm gonna do mine in slices. Once you have your carrots peeled, if you want them peeled and sliced, it's as simple as packing them into your jars. We're just gonna fill as many jars as we can. I almost always can in quarts. I rarely use pints because I usually serve a lot of people at a time. You can kind of bounce them to help them settle in. Get as many in as you can. All right, we got 5 quarts, which means we got about a pound per quart, which you'll usually find that actually very often with meat and with a lot of things, that you'll end up with about a pound of product per quart. You don't have to put salt, but most people think they're too bland if you don't put it. You can put up to a teaspoon per jar. I'm only gonna put a 1/4. I do find that I like it with a little salt, but I don't want an absorbent amount of salt because I want to be able to salt the food that I put it in or season it to my liking. So I'm gonna only put a 1/4 of a teaspoon of a good quality salt in each jar. And now all we have to do is fill them up with water up to about 1 inch of head space. Once you have all your jars filled, you're gonna go ahead and debubble, which, you know, there's all kind of tools for that. I like a chopstick. I find it works best, and all you're really doing is just kind of going down in the jars and wiggling things around to release the bubbles. And the reason that you do that is just to minimize the risk of siphoning later in the process if you let those gases or air out now. Plus it helps to kind of settle everything down a little lower in the jar. All right, and then, okay, now that things are moved around, this one's a little more full than the rest. I'm gonna share some carrots. Carrots are pretty clean, so you don't really usually have too much trouble with this, but just go ahead and give the rims a little wipe. Make sure there's no little, you know, salt particles or anything that might inhibit your seal. And put your lids on, finger tight. Basically let it go till it stops, and then just a little more. Alrighty, I have another bag, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it so that I can fill my canner and do it all in one batch. And since we have 2 bags, that's gonna cost me $8, and we're gonna get about 10 quarts out of that. So if we had bought this in the store, they run about $1.50 for a 15-ounce can. You can easily fit 2 15-ounce cans in a quart, which means about $3 worth per jar. So for 10 jars, it's gonna give us $30 worth of canned carrots for $8 that it actually cost us to do it. So there is your savings. It always is a good economical reason to go ahead and start canning. Carrots are so easy. They're a great beginner's project, one of my most favorite things to can, because I do use a lot of them and they're just so easy. And if you pressure can them, they're actually really quick. So that's just something that you might want to start with. So if you're going to be using the preferred pressure canning method, then you're going to pressure can these for 30 minutes for quarts or 25 minutes for pints at 10 pounds of pressure. Adjust for altitude. If you are going to be heritage water bath canning these, you're going to want to boil them for 3 hours. If you put a tablespoon of vinegar in each jar, you can reduce that to 2 hours. But if you just want your basics flavoring, you're going to need to go a full 3 hours. So go ahead and can use some carrots. It is a great money saver and a fun project. Have fun.
If you need detailed instructions on how to pressure can, you can get them by watching this video. Or if you need detailed instructions on how to water bath, you can get them by watching this video Links to both videos will be in this video's description. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Thanks for watching, and as always, we will see you next time.